Okay, so we've done some chasing up. I'm going to play a bit of audio in a moment. It actually goes back to March. So what does that make it? To 5 months old. Early March this year, a Jewish man wearing a yarmulke visited the Officeworks, his local Officeworks in Elsternwick. He wanted an article from the Jewish Affairs newspaper laminated, and the female Officeworks employee refused to do it.
I'm pro-Palestine.
That's okay. You're here to do a job of laminating.
Yeah, we have the right to deny jobs.
Is that an Officeworks position or your personal position?
It is an Officeworks. We have the right to deny jobs.
So Officeworks' position is that you're pro-Palestine and you won't take a laminating job?
No, that's my position, but we have the right to deny jobs.
What's the reason you're denying this job?
Because I'm not comfortable proceeding with it.
And which part are you not?
The entire thing of the article.
Have you
I'm
read?
not comfortable.
Do you infringe on people's privacy?
No, I was looking at...
All right, so the girl is pro-Palestine. The article has, well, it's from the Jewish News. It does have the Israeli flag, and I think it has the Australian or possibly the UK flag in it as well. But it's an article that's, it's an article in a newspaper. It's the Jewish News. He wants it laminated. He's obviously Jewish because he's wearing a yarmulke, and it's in Elsternwick. And the girl is refusing to do it because she's pro-Palestine, which I find extraordinary. I mean, again, imagine if she, as I said, she finds out that the customer is a Liberal voter and she goes, well, I vote Green, I'm not going to serve you. Now, I cannot believe that this is Officeworks' position. Yes, if someone came in with, I don't know, a pornographic picture or something like that, that's the sort of thing that you might refuse to work with or to laminate in an Officeworks. But to refuse to laminate a news article because the news article is Jewish and you are pro-Palestine, I would have thought is unacceptable. Joining us now, Chair of the Anti-Defamation Commission, Dr. Dvir Abramovich. Good morning.
Hi, Tom. Thanks for having me on.
Well, I mean, I would be very surprised if this is an official Officeworks permission, but is this an example of blatant discrimination?
Yeah, I mean, what was unthinkable 5 years ago is happening on our very doorstep, Tom. This is, the twilight zone. It's complete insanity and, treating, Jewish people differently because of who they are is discrimination, plain and simple. And Officeworks in Elsternwick might as well have posted a sign in the store saying no service for Jews or Zionists or supporters of Israel. This is absolutely unacceptable. And as I've said, it may begin with the Jews, it may begin with Zionists being turned away from a public business, but it won't end with the Jews. And as we have spoken about before, there are now red lines that are being crossed in our city that I thought I'd never seen in my lifetime.
Have you, or the gentleman who's in the video, have you contacted Officeworks to complain about this?
Yeah, so he contacted Officeworks through his lawyers, and the response by Officeworks was to offer him a $100 voucher and to say that they're investigating the matter. When he contacted Officeworks, he demanded not just an apology from the manager and from the Officeworks, but also for her job to be terminated. And he hasn't heard back from them, so he's now pursued the case in VCAT. Under the human rights list.
Officeworks is owned by Wesfarmers, which owns Bunnings and some other big retail chains as well. So it's a sizable public company, isn't it?
It is. And look, there's something very wrong happening in our country when people are being turned away. I mean, I'm actually shocked by this ugly and dehumanizing outburst of exclusion. It's absolutely un-Australian. And what's next? Are people being refused entry into a restaurant or a medical clinic because they wear a Star of David or a yarmulke or they have a Jewish-sounding name? And imagine what happened if a member of the LGBTQ plus community came into Officeworks and wanted to laminate an article from a gay publication or an Indigenous Australian or an Asian. Where does it stop? And I wouldn't be surprised if there are Holocaust survivors amongst us who will be reminded of the Nazi Nuremberg laws that barred Jews from public life in Germany. This is absolutely unacceptable.
Well, thank you, Dr. Dvir Abramovich, and you're right. Like, imagine if I ran a restaurant and said, no gays served, no gays allowed. I mean, I'd be in a lot of trouble. This is the same. It is no different to say we will not serve a Jewish person or we will not laminate an article because it happens to have a Star of David and it's about something to do with the Middle East. I mean, it's an article from a newspaper. It is extraordinary. And for Officeworks to try and brush this under the carpet, I mean, I just can't believe it. Dvir Abramovich there, Chair of the Anti-Defamation Commission. We will pursue this with Officeworks because it needs to be pursued. And what he said is true. If it suddenly becomes okay to demonise or reject service to one group, one ethnic or religious group, well then where does that stop? You know, do we want to go back to the days when, you know, they'd say no Irish served here or no black people served here, Indigenous people not welcome, gay people not welcome? Because it's the same. It's no different.